We come in one night and there was on the notice board down there was a sign like saying about it. When we first looked at it, we thought it was like something like the QE2 or something like that. We thought it was like a pleasure cruise.
Everyone knows pork prices!
Well, my friends think really that it's just a bit of a skive actually. I'm going off for a fortnight at the end of term and they seem pretty, well, some of them think it's a bit of a jit really that I can get away.
2-6. He! 2-6. Hey! Hey! Come on lads, put some beef in. One more, go on! 2-6. Hey! Right.
Well, I've been at Bolton School now for about 6 years. I came after primary school at 11. I'm now in my 6th year. I did my O-levels last year and this year I'm studying geography, economics and French.
Just take it through to the end of the sentence then, Bruce, as well.
Mais ceci était à Louvre tous les deux.
Grace now. For what we are about to receive, may we be truly thankful. Amen.
And my father came here and my uncle, 2 uncles in fact, and an auntie, so sort of following a bit of a tradition and coming. I hope I don't get seasick, I really do, but I don't really think I can say really, as I've not really done much sailing or anything, so I'll just have to wait. That might spoil it a bit, but it should be a very good experience. A once-in-a-lifetime chance, so I'm really glad I can take it.
All right.
Je toothbrushes are in there.
I was on a scheme, no one had left school. Just went straight onto a scheme, working here. And then went to the butchers.
I worked here. I built the extension on the building. I worked here for about 5 months. Then in the Victoria settlement.
Hello.
Right, what's your name?
Bruce Wright.
Bruce Wright.
Well, I'll see you in a fortnight.
Well, I hope he enjoys every minute of it. I'm not a sailor myself, but I'm almost tempted to go along as well as a stowaway. All I hope is he has a calm voyage. His only worry is seasickness.
Right, okay. Follow me, we shall go that way.
Okay, we'll do.
Down onto the half deck.
Right.
Do you come straight down or what?
We had to go to London, and then from London we got, what was it, the 8 o'clock train?
8 o'clock, yeah.
Have you been sleeping a bit? No, I didn't. He slept a little bit.
You're 3, you haven't got a hammock, have you? You're lucky. Hammocks are nice.
And this like a banana.
There's ties on your side of your bed. If you lift your mattress up, you'll see 2 ties on the side of your bed. And you want to put them on when we're at sea. Because otherwise, if you change tack at night, and you're in your pits, that's changed from one side to the other. You roll out.
Half and right, welcome on board. I'll take your passport, please. Half and Hesketh, welcome on board. Half and Heady, welcome on board. I'll take your passport, please. Okay, and how much money do you have there?
66.
£66, okay. And what else like to hand in?
3 rings.
3 rings, okay. Okay, Healy, just for the record, do you swim?
Yeah.
And how did you hear about the schooners?
He has it through a U Club, Shrewsbury House.
Yeah.
U Club.
Okay. You done any sailing before? No? Well, I haven't done very much either, so it should be all right. Right, OK, if we can have the watch leader, he can climb the rigging first, and the rest of the trainees will follow suit. Your hands go on to the shrouds. That's the sort of vertical pieces. You never hold on to the ratlins. If one of those ratlins gives way, well, you sort of go swimming. When you get up there, or when you're out on the bowsprit, you always clip round something horizontal, never anything vertical. If you clip onto something vertical, you get a beautiful guided descent. We're all standing on the deck sort of clapping. Oh, that was a good one. Right, OK?
What, Bruce? Sit like up there.
It's pretty frightening. It's worse having to keep stopping. It's petrifying when you've got to stop up the top there waiting for somebody else. Getting down out of the crow's nest that's worst. Because there's nothing to hold on to, you've got to find everything. It should be quite good when the boat's moving though. That'll be more fun.
Right, gentlemen, sit down. Well, welcome on board, officially, en masse. Briefly, I'm going to tell you what we're going to try and do the next fortnight. We are here, present time in Southampton. At the moment, this is the weather maps that we've been getting through. And for the next 48 hours, 72 hours, unfortunately, there doesn't look as though there's going to be very much wind. The idea, really, is to get round this corner. That's what we're going to try and do, and get back down into the Bay of Biscay, down here. But we'll come out tomorrow, and hopefully come round, get out into the English Channel, and then head towards the west.
You're in, although you might not appreciate it when you're being seasick, leaning over the lee rail. A fairly streamlined, beautiful machine. What you might say, the Red Rum, or the Pele, or the Ian Botham of the sailing world. Please treat Malcolm Miller as your home and look after her. It's a very expensive bit of kit to maintain. A mizzen sail, which you'll be seeing later, just having a new one made now, costs some £8,000. Okay, finally, my job is to help you. That's what we, the permanent crew, are paid for. The more assistance, information we can give to you, the better we'll be pleased. Come up. If you say the watch leader, say, come up. That's the sort of signal or the order that is given when everybody that's hauling on the rope lets go of the rope except the front man. And he is the person who's going to make it up to the cleat or the belaying pin. OK?
And there's 5 jobs on the bridge. You're either on the wheel, number 6. There's 2 lookouts, one either side. There's a messenger. And there's someone who maintains the log and everything else. Okay? Good. Right. Next on the wheel.
That's it. Well, take that off and do it again. You did it right. Now let's see if we can do it again. Over. Under. Right, now in 3 figures of 8. That's it. Right, that's it. Now you start your coiling.
So, the way you do it, left hand by the pin, right hand about there. How big do you make the coils? Depends how long the rope is. A little bit of rope, little coil. Big bit of rope like that, nice big coil.
4 5.
Oh, 4 5, sir.
Where are you going now? You're under 15 now, aren't you?
I thought you meant add 5 on to what you already had.
If you're on 10 degrees and the order comes port 5, then you take it back to 5. If he wants to take it to 15, he'll shout to you, port 15.
There's one day in it.
What about taking the eye?
Wheels port 5, sir.
5 degrees of port wheel on, sir.
5 degrees of port on, sir.
Right, starboard 10.
Starboard 10, sir.
Now you see what I mean about knitting. If you got given that lot in a hurry to do something with, you are stuck.
I'd like to crowd round and have a look at this card. Now, you just remember one thing and one thing only about steering by compass, and I don't care about any theories that you have, you just remember this one thing. There's magnets in that bowl and that little bit there, and they do not move. Just remember that. It's the ship, its binnacle, the mast, the whole ship. It moves round the compass. That compass, the magnets point in that direction north. All right? And they stay north.
Should I have took that off?
Set up the mizzen running backstay.
Pull this back on.
Use your body weight. Put it on there.
So, all get on the same side. They get a full of supper, which they've enjoyed tremendously. They're all going to pull away hard, and what's going to happen? They're all going to fall flat on their backs, aren't they? Because there's not much wind in it, and they're all pulling hard.
Who's doing this running back stay with this one? It's full of them. Come on! You want another one up here?
Right. Vast heaving. You ever heard of these people called 2 and 6? You'll be hearing them ad nauseam in the next fortnight. The way we do it is 2, 6, heave. 2, 6, heave.
2, 6, heave. 2, 6, heave. 2, 6, heave.
Right, hand the inner jib. Way you go. Pull it away. Easy. Beautiful.
In 2 weeks, you can see a change, one hopes for the better, in a lot of these lads that we have. One of the joys, I think, is that you get people from all walks of life. I always quote the cruise where we had 2 from Buckingham Palace and 2 from Borstal. 5 minutes after they were on board and we put them in smocks, you couldn't tell which was which.
You're going to get some people who are very intelligent, you're going to get some people who are thick. The thicker ones will learn something perhaps from the intelligent ones and vice versa. We get people from Borstal and they might be sleeping above a police cadet. It's all part of the game. We don't try and segregate them. We have no choice in what we get. They come for the fortnight. Once they're in a smock, they're all the same.
Come on! Get yourself! Grab a life jacket and go!
Right, that is the alarm bell, which you all heard. There is no other bell like it on board. If you hear those bells go again, it is for real. We only do this once, so you get up there quick.
Let go, Starlight.
I stepped aboard the schooner, oh, yesterday.
Take off all but 2 sail ties.
Well, I stepped aboard the schooner only yesterday. They took me in the Solent and they let me play.
That's it.
They had these bits of canvas, some were big, some were small. And the chief officer said, we gotta hoist them all.
Hey!
No sooner they were up, they were down, what a fool.
Now is it out?
We sailed away with the sun in the west, I think.
That's negative, we're just leaving the dock.
But I was a galley rat, my head was stuck over the sink. I didn't care what was going on, boy, this food, it stinks. I got the Malcolm Miller blue.
And that went fine, there were no problems. Having said that, you can see the problems, like that sail got caught round the boom. So if all of you, as well as your watch leaders, always keep an eye open, and if you see a snag, shout, stop, vast heaving, whatever you like, make sure, because otherwise the sail gets stripped, and they're about £2,000 a time. Did you all understand what you were doing? By the time you'd done the second one, anyway. Okay, you're not watch on deck, are you? You are, right. Apart from the bridge crew, nip the others down, quick cup of tea, and then swap them over.
Half the purpose of being on a sailing ship is to put the boys into a dangerous situation. That's all part and parcel of the game. They're going to go aloft in rough weather, because they have to. They man the ship, they do the work. There's no way we can get around it. You have to worry about them when they go aloft, but at the same time, you have one great thing is that they are scared, so they will hang on that tighter. But you need the element of fear and achievement, and both sometimes come together, and that's what we try to achieve here.
We try very hard to hack a sense of safety into them. I'm forever at them to have an eye for themselves, an eye for the ship, a hand for themselves, a hand for the ship. We do go at them all the time. We're continually at them about safety. And again, it's quite surprising. You can see how much more interest they're taking in their own self-preservation and looking after other people, not just letting something go, but having a good look round to make sure that before they let that go, somebody else isn't going to get hurt.
I've got this thing about heights. There's only one way to get over it, and that's to go up there. That's the only thing you can do, just go up there.
I wasn't looking forward to it. When we first got on board and they said we had to go out there,
I didn't want to do it. So once we'd done it a couple of times, you just crawl out there, don't think about it. Quite enjoy it now, actually.
I'm scared of heights, but I've no fear of going up, just when I'm up there. Pretty shaky up there.
I've only ever been out there once, and I won't go out there again. No.
We have to keep this ship tidy for obvious reasons. It's quite nice to half deck at the moment. We had this weekend when we got a lot of engineering done, a lot of work, and the upper deck's a mess. It's covered in oil and grease and dirt, and we're trying to get that up, and because we haven't had a happy hour down here for a week, the inside of the ship is as well. The way I like to play this, I'll tell you all where you're going in a minute. We normally do it for an hour. If you're finished in half an hour and I'm happy, you can have the other half hour sitting on the stern smoking or whatever you'd like to do. If it takes you an hour and a half, that's up to you.
Scrape out all the dirt from the corners.
Happy hour, which is probably a misnomer if ever there was one, is a cleaning routine whereby everybody has a position which he goes to at 9 o'clock every day for an hour and spends an hour cleaning that part of the ship. We attach tremendous importance to this because with 55 people living in close company, if it starts to get dirty, we end up looking like a pigsty very quickly indeed. We teach them really how to be a housewife. We scrub decks and we show them how to do it properly, and it's all a bit of a nausea. The funny thing about it is that they really quite enjoy doing it. There's a definite sense of achievement by the end of the week where they can see that an area that they have been cleaning has come up considerably from what it was at the beginning of the week.
In the mornings, during a happy hour, if anybody's bed is not made up, their bedding is hoisted to the top of the mast until they get the idea to make their bed up. So that's where I'm going.
Who's that?
To the cooks. Not me, got told to do it.
How's your head, Mr. Wright?
212, sir.
Thank you. Hey! Hey!
The biggest trouble we have on board is seasickness. It, to a great extent, can affect the enjoyment that a person gets out of the cruise.
Hey! I've been sick 17 times in one day. The main thing is not to let it get you down. Once you start being sick, just get hold of a rope and start pulling it, and you don't feel it, not so much.
You know, when you're seasick, you're over the side, and you can see no end to it whatsoever.
It just tastes revolting. I've only ever been sick straight after a meal or anything like that. It comes up semi-digested, you know, pretty foul.
There are a lot of boys, and it shows out in their character. You get a boy working in the galley, like we had this trip, and he was working in the galley, being seasick, going back in the galley and carrying on. And that shows all the guts.
We haven't had much wind yet. Those of you that have been seasick, you will probably find you're cured. There are usually about 2 that suffer throughout the fortnight. The rest of you will probably find you're over it now.
But try and get a quick stow on that if you can as we're going in. A quick up one. Inboard by that back there, move out a bit.
Half a stone port.
Half a stone pulled on.
Wheel mitchin, sir. Hard a starboard.
Hard a starboard, sir. We made Jersey one sunny afternoon.
Put your feet up.
And for 24 hours,
ready?
I called the tune. Well, I liked Jersey, but we left too soon.
We come here quite a lot. We have no problems with drunkenness, and I hope, please, that you will not let us down. If you do get drunk, you have just volunteered to be duty in the next port, so it's up to you. Deserve your late back. However, I'm sure we won't have any problems.
We made Jersey one sunny afternoon, and for 24 hours, I called the tune. Well, I liked Jersey, but we left too soon.
The time that was written down for you coming back on board comes from the ship's clock.
Was it written down at 11:10?
It was.
It was. Wait a minute, early.
God bless. If you can prove that to the first officer tomorrow morning, by all means do so. You have my
And what's he
permission.
going to say?
I do not know what he is going to say.
time.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
What's the time? Every year. You don't know. What time you will be back on board? Never know. It's now 9 minutes past.
Oh, we went to the pub. A bit late, like.
Your behaviour was very good, with possibly 2 exceptions, but those 2 exceptions will live on film for 40 years, so you will be able to see yourselves performing for 40 years, which is probably punishment in itself. You were, however, all back on time, and thank you very much, because I know the temptations of cheap liquor will lie you.
What do you reckon about the cruise so far?
Don't like it. Just don't like it at all. Didn't get any sleep or nothing. I've had a good sleep since you come on.
You like the work?
No. I wouldn't mind if you got more leave. No sooner you get off the ship, you gotta get back.
Starboard 10. Starboard 10, repeat the order.
Starboard 10, sir.
Move the wheel till it comes to starboard 10, that's the idea. And how's your head now?
165, sir.
165. Ease to 5. No, go back. First of all, repeat the order, all right? Ease to 5.
Ease to 5, sir. Wheel on, ease to 5, sir.
5 degrees of starboard wheel on. Now, midships.
Midship, sir.
And?
Midships on, sir.
Wheel to midships. Okay, steer. 160.
160, sir.
Which way are you going to go?
Port.
On then.
Issued by the Met Office at 1255 on Friday, the 18th of June. The warnings of gales in Biscay, Finisterre, Seoul, Rockall, Malin, Hebrides and Bailey. And the area forecast for the next 24 hours, Viking 40s, north bearing northeast 3 or 4, fair good. Biscay, North Finisterre, southwest to west 6, occasionally gale 8 at first, moderate, locally poor.
Go on, everybody on deck, all hands! Now! Keep away! Keep away! All right, go on. No, he... All right, sorry.
We saw the squall coming up, so we took the forecourse up in his gear, hanging on the lower yard. And the boatswain was there. We had a crowd of us volunteers to go up aloft to try and stow the sail before the squall came. We went up. The boatswain got out about 2 yards onto the lower yard on the port side. I was up just behind him. We strapped ourselves on. The others were halfway up the shrouds. And then just right there, the wind sort of hit. And the ship went right over to about, I don't know, 45 degrees, something like that. And of course, all the sails started flapping and banging and crashing about. And I think that's probably the most exhilarating experience I've ever had in my life, I think.
I was going up the rigging on the side and it just tipped boat right over. It was halfway up. But it didn't feel like I was there. It felt like I was just watching it from, somewhere else. It was excellent.
Well done. Stand by. Next speech. Okay, no more turns. Come down.
I was just about to climb into the crow's nest, so I just had to hang on for grim death and clip onto the ratlins up there. It's not an experience I'd like to have to go through again.
Well, they set me to sea and the wind began to blow. They said it was force 8,
but I wouldn't know. 'Cause I was stuck in my bunk, way down below.
Get up. We had to get up at midnight today, midnight till 4. And that's a bit of a pain. You know, it seems no sooner have you got down for a bit of kip, you're there, all of a sudden it's main watch on deck. You know, and you're off.
Got it? Anybody know what a reef knot's for? Right, that's why it's got that name. If you reach over to the opposite side of the boom and stop admiring the scenery.
I didn't think the hours would be like there was. I didn't know you'd be working from 12 until 4 every other night. Past 3 or 4 days I've had about three hours of sleep every night. And you're falling asleep as you're walking. You can't keep up.
The only thing that I disliked was having to get up at sort of 4 o'clock in the morning. The early morning watches. But I mean, the ship's got to be looked after 24 hours a day, so it's got to be done, and it's part of the cruise. This is what the sponsors pay for.
Get up. Come on. Don't take it up. Mizzen watch. Come on. Everybody up.
It's better if we could do that.
Don't talk about it. Just let me come. All right, got it?
Oh.
You have your left, thank you.
Didn't last very long, but it was quite exciting whilst we had it, wasn't it? Congratulations to all those of you that took part. There was a few things happened very quickly, and a lot of people were pulling very hard on ropes and really digging out. And it went very well, really. By the time we got them all down, it was time to put them up again, because there's only 10 knots of wind left. But that's the way it goes. You get these vicious line squalls coming through sometimes, and that's exactly what happened. About 15 knots, 50-degree shift in wind. As you saw, we had been running with the square saws, and suddenly there it was, right at us. So it all went all right. We've unfortunately split the jib topsail, which, when you all go ashore in Roscoff, I'll be sitting down repairing, but hopefully we'll get that mended. Apart from that, no damage that I know of.
Set out the mizzen running backstay! Brace the yard!
15 foot on, sir.
Yeah. Let draw forward! Starboard 20.
Starboard 20, sir.
How's your head?
100, sir.
Down by the tack! Set up 4 running backstays!
Okay, make it over that.
Gear 130.
Gear 130, sir.
Take a deep breath.
Oh, away we go!
Next!
That's right, roll him in. Good.
On the shoulder! Heave! 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 On the outer jib! Come on! Well done! Jump on the other jib! Jump on the inner jib! Get it on! Get it on! Get it on now, otherwise you lose it.
That's a lot better. About 2 feet. Ease it out about 2 feet. That'll do. Who clean these steps, Mr. Evans?
Me, sir.
You, sir. What's that, sir? Dirt, sir. It won't be there tomorrow, will it, sir? No, sir.
It's a lot more strict than I expected, but I think you need that sort of discipline to keep this ship in order at all.
You get right in here. Look at this lot.
Jarvis. A lot more love and attention, all right? 45 people using these. These live up in the locker. What is that?
Yep.
Hey?
No, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It wouldn't fit you at all, would it?
Sir.
You have to be disciplined to some extent, otherwise you get people being thrown overboard, you know.
Girls here last cruise.
I mean, they sort of run it sort of half military style. I think that's a good thing, really.
Right, where's this cook's mate?
It's quite a responsibility, isn't it? I mean, 39 people who've never been ship before. It's quite a responsibility for the captain, I suppose, now to keep discipline and make sure the thing sells properly.
Come on up. The half deck and the PO's accommodation down aft. It's both very good. Best I've seen for a while. The galley need a lot more work though. I'll get a bit more stick this afternoon and we'll get it looking beautiful, just like Mum's kitchen.
Right, the gaff topsails, away you go. The gaff topsails.
Well, halyard. Yeah, leg on the bank.
We left the colour that out. Ah, you fool! Pull it back in. Come on.
Right, one on the other side.
Next, mate. Get one person up.
Okay, up you go.
All get on it. 2-6. Chip up. 2-6.
Come on, gentlemen, you've had your porridge and dinner. Let's get some meat.
Well, it's going. Right, as soon as you can. You've got one job. Take off that. It's a way of doing that. Give it to me. Push. There, that's right. And it'll easily catch. Right. Man the yards, man the main shrouds. Nice and even, working your time for the fore forward shroud.
The trainees man the yards, which is always very evocative for them. In fact, talking to 2 or 3 of them just the other day, it was the highlight of the whole trip for them, going up the yards in the first time they did it.
Head, Jim. Thank you. Boys get a sense of achievement, and occasionally it happened about 4 or 5 trips ago. A lad came down from the yards, and I overheard him say to his watch officer, sometimes it makes you proud you're British. During this trip, we've met up with the Churchill on 3 occasions, and like everything else, you always try and make your ship the better ship. You try and be proud of it. For instance, we went in St. Malo, the boys were up the yards, manned, looking very smart, and we, by chance, happened to have a bugler on board, and he played the trumpet as we came in, which must have been quite spectacular for them.
What we're trying to do, I don't believe, is institute a rivalry, but to try and get a sense of pride in one's own ship. And obviously you do that by trying, I won't say to be better, but trying to do things as well as you possibly can, so that you can give them a feeling of achievement. It's, again, getting back to the business of working as a team.
I enjoyed going into St. Malo, that was good. It's quaint, nice little place. It's just 1 5-franc piece. What does tea raise mean? Tea raise to pull it. Put it in and pull it. Yeah, pull. And he's Irish as well.
très joli, hein?
Yeah, oui.
Vous êtes rentré hier soir, non? Non, avant-hier soir. Samedi.
Oui.
Alors,
Non, sûrement les deux.
Ça va, détail, parce que ça, c'est pas du pareil.
Vous marchez au moteur?
Hein?
It's a very nice port, but it was more expensive than Britain, I thought.
I wish we could spend a full day ashore without coming back for meals.
Get a bad taste in your mouth.
Get a bad taste in your mouth?
Yeah, from what? Salt water.
Go.
This Jack. Beautiful. Go on!
That's all wrong.
No, back in for a swim.
We'll go back down there.
On the back. Hold up, there's
We weren't on nothing time in any place, really. We was only there for a day at the most, in any place.
Really, it is a sailing training thing more than, you know, a port visit thing. And as I said, it is a bonus going into a port, and we did appreciate it.
What time we got to be back? 5, isn't it?
5.
Get it off. I'm not getting it. Pull it backwards. Right, go on. Ease it out. Gently. Right.
It's not that bad, really. It's a good thing to do. Working in groups and getting to know people is a really good thing.
You're busy working all the time, and you're working hard, and you're working for a purpose. You're working to get to somewhere, and it's exciting.
Heave it in.
2-6. Heave. 2-6. Heave. 2-6. Heave.
Terrible. Hating every minute of it.
2-6. Heave.
Come on, a bit more. 2-6. Heave.
I think I had a slightly romantic view of it all, you know, a big ship going through the water and going along. But you don't realise the amount of work that goes on with it, all the cleaning, constant cleaning, up and down with the sails all the time.
I think if you don't like sailing, then you're not going to enjoy it, really.
Come on. 6. All right, make it up. Put it turn around the pin. Right, take it up and heave it, put it round the windlass. You want to keep it this side. The other side of that, you've got too much weight on the boat. On the starboard side of the capstan, make it past that side.
2-6. Hey. 2-6. Hey. 2-6. Hey.
Hold it there.
Great, magic. Really enjoy myself. I think it's been marvellous. I've been enjoying the squalls all the time. I think it's great.
Basically, it's been pretty good. It's an experience I wouldn't miss.
That's our 1500 position. This is our course we've steered then along here, you see. There. That should confirm the course. Who's on the helm now? One of you three. Oh, it's you were, all right. What were you steering? Do you remember? 050. 050.
Molly, catch it up.
Look how much we was behind. You always make friends quick if you have to live together. I think we've got to know each other in a short period.
difficult, I suppose, really. I mean, when you're trying to battle with everybody else's boots and jeans and oilies and everything else like that. But there's been no real friction between anybody.
Who said it? I don't know who it was.
It wasn't too bad, actually. I thought it'd be very crowded, but the way the watches are worked, it means that you've really only got 2 watches down there at a time, so it's not too bad.
When you're having your dinner and your tea, it sometimes can get a bit hectic, and all, especially if the sea's pretty rough.
I think we could have a little more room, I think. But I wouldn't mind one of the cabins that the plumed officers have got. You know, they're quite nice, but
Probably one of the most difficult jobs on board is the cook's. He's in a confined space, he's cooking for 55 people, and he's doing an angle sometimes of 30 to 35 degrees, which is not an easy job at all. Coupled with this, each trainee does a day in the galley, so he's got to retrain them in that 24 hours, and it must be very frustrating to get a different lot, and they've got to tell them where to put the spoons, where to put the knives, where to put the forks, where the plates go, hang on to the rail, one hand for himself and one hand for the food he's just about to drop on somebody. It must be very difficult.
As you may or may not know, Prince Charles and Lady Diana had a baby this morning sometime. We've decided we ought to have a drink and celebrate it, so if you would like to join us with a beer, and we'll drink to their health and the baby's health.
Just dropped it on me away.
No, second.
Good head. Well,
wait for it.
I haven't got one.
Right, gentlemen, Prince Charles, Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, and the new baby. New baby.
Hooray! Hip it! Hooray! Hip it! Hooray! Hip it! Hey!
I think Bruce has been pretty even all the way through. He hasn't seemed to change all that much. He's been very cheerful all the way through, but he seems to have been the same person. He hasn't, not a really noticeable change like some of them have got, but he's been a very, very good worker, the watch.
What was that?
Mickey had problems to start with. He had a couple of bad days, but we had to talk to him, sorted things out, and since then he's gone up from strength to strength. He's been a marvellous asset to the crew and the team, and he's been brilliant in the end. He had no fear of working up the rigging or anything. He's been a very good worker in the team.
Just lean over here, bring them up to you.
Healy, to me, seems that he's the one who got a lot of it. He's very quiet initially, and he's come out of his shell. He's a big, strong lad, but I think it's to a large extent he's just scared of showing his strength. On the ship, he slowly built up in self-confidence. Wright was what I would probably call a mother's boy, to a certain extent, and he has got more self-confidence in himself. He's been able to cope with the Healys of this world, really, who comes from a completely different background. Hesketh, a bit difficult. He's obviously got better during the course of the trip. By better, I mean he's got more confidence in himself. There's definitely a marked difference between when he signed on and when he signed off.
Heave! 2. On peak. 2-6.
I think he's come out of himself an awful lot more during the last week. He started off fairly reserved. He wasn't too sure what was going on. He's now beginning to get himself into the group and working with everybody else. He's working in the group under pressure an awful lot better by the middle of the first week. I think he's enjoyed himself, and I think basically he's just got a little bit more self-confidence.
Well, now across the channel in a few little gales. Yeah, now across the channel, and I'm just off of Wales. Well, they told me whales were fish, so they could stay in the sea, man. I'm going home on Friday, thank the Lord. Well, I'm going home on Friday, and and I thank the Lord. But one last little gesture, I'd like to thank all on board. I got the mountain, feel the mountain, feel the mountain.
What are they saying?
What they saying anyway? Hello. Hey, that Churchill's a wonderful place, where the organisations are playing disgrace, with trios and watch trainers too, all sat on their arses with nothing to do.
Struggle. Sauce, gentlemen. Red sauce, black sauce, brown sauce.
It's really give them a sense of adventure, really. I think it really does bring people out of themselves. You get people come on here, maybe never been away from home before, like Mammy's boys, you know, very wet behind the ears, scared to do this, scared to do that, and they really come out of themselves on this. They find them living amongst a group of people from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, all sorts of antisocial habits between all of them, and you really have to learn to live with people.
It's not a cruise, as in cruise number whatever it is. It's a little more than that. I think if you get out what you put in, really. If you put in a lot, you'll get a lot more out of it than if you just sort of wander around and try and be avoided when doing things like steering or going up the rigging, things like that.
First week was last. Second week hasn't been too bad. It's all right for a laugh. You have a good laugh. I wouldn't come again on it.
Why?
I didn't think it'd be nothing like this. Like what we've done over the last few weeks, like pulling ropes and all that, getting up out of bed, things like that.
Think you've learned anything out of it?
Learned a few things, like, but I don't think there'd be any use to me because I'm not coming on it again.
I think Mick doesn't like it. He said he doesn't like it, but I think if he got the chance to come back again, I think he would come back again. Within a couple of weeks when they've been at home, they're going to look back on the cruise as an enjoyable part of their life, something they'll probably never forget.
You joined the ship a couple of weeks ago. You didn't know each other, you didn't know us, you wondered what the hell was going on, you had no idea. In these 2 weeks, you've gone 758 miles. You did it. Nobody else. We couldn't have got there without you. You worked together as a team, initially as watches, then as a ship's company. There's no way you could have done it by yourself. You did it as a team. Think about it.
You pulled me over. There he is. Hello, dog. Hello.